calling you to fight another day. When the world's out of control and time is always racing, everybody has a place where they can let it go.
Where they can let it go. That's exactly right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, and welcome to the first ever podcast for Open the Energy, Ascension, eager to communicate with the other side. That's what we're here to do. We're here to talk about the other side and just how magnificent they are. And boy, do I mean magnificent. The way they work with us is so strange at times. It's so subtle. It's hard to even know that they're there. We get it. I'm a medium. My name's Wynne. I've been doing this for quite some years now. Well, maybe 6 years. And yeah, this is no joke. Their communication is quite interesting. It's difficult at times to believe in, to be honest with you. And I'm a medium. In fact, I'll be channeling for individuals and giving them messages from our Creator, God. Call it what you will. And what's interesting is that no matter how often I do it, no matter how many times I give readings to people, no matter how many times these individuals get messages that change their lives, I marvel at how I don't want to use the word complicated, but how interesting their communication is, because it's definitely not easy, and it comes through sometimes in fractured puzzle pieces is a very good way of putting it. Think about it like this. I'll go throughout the course of a day and I'll hear words in my mind coming up, and then I'll see a bunch of numbers on my way to work or what colors. I don't really see colors that much, but I know a lot of people do. For me, numbers primarily, and just hearing things. Not audibly. I do hear some things audibly, but it's primarily hearing like telepathically. I just have words forming in my mind. And yeah, even that's complicated to really get an understanding on. It takes a lot of practice, a lot of work, a lot of patience, and truly a lot of just letting go, with the understanding that you're going to get the messages that you need to hear. You really have to find peace in that. Because these messages are so fractured. It's not like they come in and are like, okay, or at least they don't always, but it's not like they come in and go, okay, you're going to get this specific job in this amount of days, and you're going to be making this amount of money, and you're going to be doing it for that long. Yeah, that doesn't happen. Not often anyway. I won't say that it doesn't, but it doesn't happen much. Anyway, my point here is that even though it doesn't come through the way that we want or as often as we want, it does happen. That's the point. And when we find a way to really let go of the control of how we want it to come through or how the message should be received, we find peace. We find peace in just accepting that it is what it is, and we have to make our way through it to find it, to find out, to put all these puzzles together. Because I get some messages, and you get some messages, and the next person over there gets some messages, and together we can figure it out. And when you begin to love the process and begin to let go of control on how that process goes and how it works, well then, you, my friend, have You've come a long way, because it is no joke. It's no joke, but it is beautiful. And the struggles are real. I'm going to be straight with you. It's real. We live in a world of right and wrong, or at least that's what we think it is anyway. But it doesn't have to be. We can change it. And when you begin to accept this journey for what it is, just that, a journey that we are trying to do the best we can with what we have and where we are, and you begin to find peace in it all through acceptance, well, that's just beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. You can't ask much more from humans than that, because we're an imperfect species. We are souls that are trying to find our way through the darkness, basically, is what it comes down to. We are in a place that, in a world of duality, that has a negative and a positive, and the negative is friggin' heavy. And there's no denying that. It's heavy. And love is so subtle and so love is so light. It's light. And God doesn't push you. He's not going to sit there and make you or force you to do something. In fact, part of this podcast, I'm going to really begin to, I'm going to channel messages for you, because they specifically asked me to. They have directly asked me to acknowledge them and to channel messages for them to you, because they want to get their words out to you. They know that we as a human society need help, and they want to help us. Definitely want to help us. But there are some rules that they have to follow, and that is, we have to ask for their help, because free will is real, and you cannot just go into, they cannot just come into us and start meddling around, especially if we don't want them, because that's not the way that love works. Love isn't forceful. Love isn't something that that's just going to come in there and take over. That is not what it is. Love is trust. Love is acceptance. Love is letting go. Yeah, so love is it's a lot of things, but it's light and allows you to have free will. And because of that, they're not going to just come in here and do whatever they want. They are going to patiently wait for us to begin to ask for their assistance. And when we do, that's when things start to change, because they're going to start to put things in front of you, whether it be through numbers or music. You hear a song, you start thinking something. Could be a poem, could be a sentence, a saying, anything in a movie. I'll give you for instance. I've been doing this since I was 12 years old now. And when I say I was doing this since 12 years old, I have been ghost hunting since I was 12 years old. So, but when I was young, when I was a kid, Rambo 2, I think it was. No, I'm sorry, Rocky 4. What am I thinking? So many Sylvester Stallone movies, I can't get them right anymore. Anyway, I was probably, 12 years old maybe, when Rocky 4 came out. Maybe a little bit older, I don't know. Teenager, who knows. Anyway, when Rocky 4 came out, I was a youngin. And in the movie, Apollo Creed passes away. He dies in the ring. Ivan Drago kills him in the boxing match. It's unfortunate in the movie. But either way, after the funeral, Rocky comes home, and his wife Adrian is there at the top of the steps, and he announces that he's going to fight Apollo Creed. And Adrian, obviously, is concerned, considering Rocky's best friend just died in the ring fighting the same guy. So Adrian's at the top of the steps, and she's like, "What are you thinking?" And Rocky's all like, "I got to do it." So they get into that little argument there, and Sylvester Stallone, Rocky, turns around, walks out the door, goes into his car, and there's a song that comes on, and in the song there's a line. It's a song from Robert Tepper, I believe, and it's called "There's No Easy Way Out." Holy moly, has that song stayed with me my entire life. It has such resonating meaning with me and has stayed with me for so long. It's fascinating to look back on my life and realize the different communications that I've gotten with Spirit over the years, and this is just one of them. But it was an impactful one. It was an impactful message that I got that made me realize now, looking back, that my soul has been working with me the whole time. My soul has been trying to get me to a point, which is the point I'm at now, right now, and still growing. But my soul was trying to work with me, and it made me realize at that young age that there are no easy ways out. Nothing's easy. If you're looking for easy, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you that's not it. Not it at all. It people might have money, and us poor folk maybe might think that, oh man, if I just had money, my life would be so much easier. Well, yeah, you might pay the bills. I get it. But that's not the answer. It absolutely is not. And I'm here to tell you firsthand that it's not. Yeah. And I channeled a message. That I have to share with everyone here. It's just such a beautiful message that God has channeled through me. And it is actually it's a message that I got that actually made me understand why my soul held on to that Robert Tepper song for so long. Why it resonated with me so much that, I realized was just absolutely beautiful. And I'm so grateful to have had the opportunity to, one, channel this message, but two, so appreciative that my soul has been working with me for so long and made me realize some things at an early age that not everyone realizes. So I was pretty fortunate, and I'm happy that everything happened the way that it did. But let me see if I can pull this up for you here. Okay. So I was able to find it here. And this was channeled, let's see here, back on May 7th of 2019. And this is a direct quote, channeled directly from God through me. We are looking for the path to be so much easier, yet that is not the answer, nor is it the question. Easiness is not the way. It is the struggle that will lead you to the light. It is not the path of least resistance. The light is the path of truth, forgetfulness, letting go, and love manifesting in and through the darkness. It is not the absence of darkness. It is the growth through which it happens. This is where you will find peace. Peace, though, is not easy. It is not the answer either. Love is the answer. Peace is a byproduct of the love you feel in your heart for yourself and for others. It must be the combination of both love for others and love for yourself. Not for me over the other. They both must be in harmony. This balance is crucial to the aspect of feeling peacefulness in your heart and mind. Forgive yourself, forgive others, love both, be at peace as a result of the true forgiveness. Not just the words, feel the energy behind the forgiveness. We are grateful for this session today, Christopher. Thank you. So, this message is so profoundly beautiful, and I am just so appreciative that God and His messengers of light have allowed me to find my purpose in this realm, this earth. So, yeah, that right there sums up the ascension process. Not process, but the meaning of it. Why we are here on this planet. Because this is the world of duality right here. This is the negative and positive. We have it all right here on this planet. And we're all souls that are trying to find our way through this darkness. Trying to make our way. If you can think of this forest. A dark, dark, dense forest, which is what we live in. We live in a dark, dense forest of energy. And we feel this negativity all around us. But that's okay. In fact, it's beautiful when you think about it. Because we're trying to grow. We're trying to become in alignment with our mind, body, and soul. That is ascension. Trying to find God through this darkness. Not allowing this dark density to overcome us. It is actually finding love and peace through it, as God has just beautifully stated. It's a concept that can be a little difficult to wrap your head around, though. I'll be honest with you. I understand. You know, people that come up and have these questions. Well, why would God put us here if in so much darkness and density of negativity? Why would He do that? Well, I feel that. I feel that question. I totally understand. It's got some legitimacy there. But it depends on where you're coming from. So if I come from it from the point of view of, okay, why would God do that? Yeah, okay, it's a little confusing when you don't look at the bigger picture. You got to take a step back and look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is our souls are growing. Ultimately, God wants our soul. It's not the human body, because obviously that always stays here. This human body that we reside in right now is a vessel for our soul. It is our soul that they want. It's our soul that is the point. So our souls are riding this vessel out, this human body, trying to figure out how to get this body that it's currently in, the soul itself, the higher self, all together in alignment with God. That's no easy task. Not an easy task at all. So God's saying, okay, young soul, I'm going to send you down here, and this is what I want you to do. I want you to true align with all these connections that you have, all these different realms, you have connections to every realm. I want you to align with it. And when you are trying to align with this, with all these higher connections, these souls, it's obviously not easy, but you also don't have one lifetime. And I know there are people out there that disagree with me, and that's okay, because your truth is your truth and my truth is my truth. And you're not wrong and I'm not wrong. In fact, you are right and so am I. Difficult to understand, but hey, keep coming back for the podcast. This is a huge topic that we're going to be getting into. We could talk forever about this. Now, with that said, you have lifetimes to work on this. Now, I've channeled other messages about Ascension, and what they have told me is that the physical body has free will. So the physical body, the soul's trying to get the physical body to align with it, to understand that, hey, there is something else here that you can lean on, talk to, rely on, use to help you, guide you, so forth, right? And this higher self is your soul. And it is the light basically within you. That soul is the light within you that is helping you. And the purpose is to get them aligned. Well, you have lifetimes to do this, and your physical body has the free will to say yes or no. And clearly, as you look around, there are many that say no, at least in this lifetime. And that's okay. We cannot judge them. We do not want to judge them. They are souls that are growing and trying to find their way through the darkness. That's okay. Accept where they are. They have free will in this lifetime. Your soul, however, does not have free will. Your soul must ascend. And from what they tell me, they have a particular amount of time to ascend. And if it doesn't happen in that amount of time, then it starts over. The soul starts over. And it starts back at its infancy and then progressively works its way up again, continuing to attempt to grow and attempt to get the body, the physical body, to align with itself, to align with its deeper understanding that we are not alone. Interesting concept, absolutely. And take some time to wrap your mind around that. But that is the belief system that I'm coming from. And if you disagree with it, that's okay. Because your truth is your truth and mine is mine. And any disagreement is okay because we're all on the same path. Whether you know it or not, disbelieve it or not, that's okay. But my truth is we are all on the same path. We're just at different points along the road. We're trying to find our way. And your soul and my soul might take, my soul might have taken a couple lifetimes to figure out how to learn a particular lesson. Because everything that we experience here on this plane, this planetary realm, that's what they call it when I channel them, all of them, it's filled with lessons, right? So everything is basically how you perceive it. And Ascension, trying to align the mind, the body, the soul as one with God, right? With God. You want to make your way up these dimensional realms. You want to be at peace. you want to trust, you want to let go. That is all Ascension. And we do this all in love. So again, there's so much more to this that we're really going to get in there deep with, really try to understand and acknowledge and we're going to try to help each other. Like, that's part of why we're here. I'm kind of getting off of the subject a little bit now because I want to give you a little bit more information about me, and I want you to understand that this podcast here, this communication is going to be about so much more than just my belief and so much more about Ascension. It's going to be about, we're going to get into everything. We're going to get into mediumship. We're going to get into how to let go. We're going to get into energy and how the energy around us is working. How the universe is trying to work with us and how the universe is trying to get us to work with it. And to understand all of this a little bit more. Just so that we can help each other. Because ultimately, as God has so graciously put it, and it's love. Love is the answer. Beyond everything else, we love. And when we love ourselves and we love each other, everything will go right. Now, clearly, we're at different parts of the path, so that's a little bit more complicated. But that means nothing. Nothing. Because even though Joe down the corner is in a bad place in his mind, and he's allowing things to manipulate him, and he's not being a very nice person, it's not that we cannot judge that. We got to love him. We have to forgive him. And because in love, there is no other way. And we are trying in this ascension process to bring God's light here. To begin to lessen the density, to align with this light. And when you align with it, you are it. And when you are the light, you shine that light to lessen this darkness. To bring light to those that are at different portions of the path that are still trying to find their way. Maybe they're a soul that has tried several times to get to a certain point and is struggling for whatever reason that is beyond our comprehension. It doesn't matter. That is a possibility. And if you bring your light, you may shine it on somebody or a soul that is in such desperate need. Because you and I don't know what someone else's struggles are. But when you love unconditionally a soul and another person, you don't have to love their actions, right? Their actions are low vibrational at times. But you can love them. And we have seen that in so many different instances around the world. I just saw a video the other day of a police officer walked into an apartment complex. She thought it was her apartment. She was wrong. She opened up the door, thought she was in her apartment. There was a man in there. She turned around, shot, and killed him in his own house. The brother of this man that was killed was saying he loved this officer. Not because he was happy that what happened. Obviously, he was distraught. He was sad. But he gets it. He understands that it is only in love will we find our answers. It is only in love. You cannot offer hatred or judgments to negativity and think that negativity is going to go away just because you judge it or are negative towards it. It doesn't work like that. Only, and a great wise man once said, Martin Luther King, only love can dissipate hate. Only light can shine away the darkness. And he is absolutely right. Another gentleman that totally gets it, that understands the meaning of all of this and how important it is to love. So often do us as humans, imperfect humans, mind you, when we're all imperfect, but so often do we want to criticize the next person as if your sins are like any less than these people over here. Like, okay, murder's murder, lying is lying, stealing. They're all sins. End of story. Don't go around fooling yourself that just because you're a liar or a small time thief, stealing candy bars, that you are any better or worse than the guy that's going around killing somebody. And trust me, I understand. I get it. You're probably sitting back, this dude's crazy. I totally get it. It's fine. That's okay. But think about it. Will my judgments change somebody? No, that's not how it works. Because your thoughts, your actions, your words are all energy. And when you put energy out there, it's out there. It travels. And the only thing that you can do with energy, right? You can't create it. You can't destroy it. But what can you do with it? You can change it. And that's another topic that we're going to get into. The universal laws of energy, which are a huge point for me. They are truly guides. And they are how I view, or not view, but interact with people. And it is what guides me so much on a conscious level. It is what I use to really help me get through the day with the understanding that, okay, I need to be mindful of this energy. Energy is what it's all about, people. It's all energy. Love, negativity, people are energy. The food you eat is energy. The chair you're sitting in, the headphones you're listening through, whatever. It's all energy. And once you get a better idea of how energy works and how to work with the energy, it will help you tremendously. Because a lot of people miss that. They go with the notion of God. Yes, and that's beautiful. Please do. You're right. But when you think about it in terms of energy, it's just another way to help you. That's it. And if you need a little bit more help and guidance and another way of thinking about things at different times, then I encourage you to become more aware of how energy works. Because when you do, and then you understand that you're faced with choices, decisions, and when you're in the moment and you make a choice, okay, I'm either going to be high vibrational or low vibrational, you will understand that, or you will hopefully make the right decision to be high vibrational. But you also have to understand that you before that even happens, you have to be mindful of the fact that everything you think, do, say is energy. And it's energy that you are putting out on this world. So if you think of it like your kids, right? Yeah, I think of it, my kids. Okay, my kids are a representation of me. It's what I'm putting out into this world, right? In a sense. I mean, yes and no, but you get where I'm going. Okay, well, your energy is the same thing. right? Your energy is no different. It's a representation of you. The only difference is people don't know where it's coming from. But that's only because we don't see it yet. We don't know it yet. There are people around us that can feel that energy. They're called empaths. And these people can pick up that negativity. Now, it's interesting, too, because I'm an empath. But I am an empath that's slightly different than many. I can feel your love. Whereas many empaths feel your negativity, your stress, your anxiety, I can feel your love. It's interesting. It's awesome, too. I love it. But it's interesting. Anyway, so you put that energy out there, and it's a direct representation of you. And why would you want to put something out there that could kind of hurt somebody? And yes, energy could hurt. Energy can definitely, you put negativity out there that could stick to somebody, right? I just talked about an empath. They can feel that. So that's that signal goes out there and an empath picks it up. You don't want that. You don't want to be out there hurting people. Even indirectly, you don't want to be. You want to be aware of it. And the more you are aware of it, the better off you will be, because you will make better decisions. And it's so important to understand all of this. But you will, though. Don't get lost in the sauce yet. You know, when I say lost in the sauce, I mean don't get lost in everything that we're talking about today. We're going to break this down, right? So much more detail is going to come out. So much more information is going to be given to you. It's going to be a great time. We're going to have so much fun together. Trust me there, knowing that you are not alone, right? You're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of fun together. We're going to have a lot of back and forth, too. Now, I know this is a podcast. This isn't a live radio, but we're going to be putting things out there that you can communicate with us, giving us some ideas. We're going to be giving away some free things. Anybody that likes, subscribes, comments, we're going to be giving away items just as a thank you, because obviously without you guys, we are not here. And, you know, you like, subscribe, and comment, and we're going to start throwing some stuff out there. Maybe a free shirt, maybe some essential oils, maybe crystals, and we're going to have a good time. Maybe even have some contest. Maybe I'll do a free reading for somebody. Nothing's out of the realm of possibility, guys and gals. So with that, I so thank you for your time today, and I really appreciate you listening, and with an open mind. And keep that open mind going through all this, because we're going to have such a great time together. We're going to find love in this one way or the other, that's for sure. And you know what? We're going to find it together, because you are absolutely not alone. And I love every single one of you unconditionally. And I hope that you can find it in your heart to keep coming back to this podcast and having a good time with me. And I know we're going to be bringing on some other people here. I know I'm going to have a friend coming on in one of my up-and-coming podcasts. And hopefully she stays on for quite some time. But anyway, love you all so much. I will see you again very, very soon. Thank you, and enjoy your day, finding love in everything we do.